So Poland, there's about 39 million people that live there in that country, and the church is still very much new there. There are 13 branches when I was there, and I served November 2011 to February 2013. And it's kind of still in the pioneer stage. There's very small branches. The first branch I served in was in Poznań, and it varied how many people were there on Sundays at church. Sometimes there were 10, sometimes there were 40. We often had a ton of investigators while we were there, and a lot of younger people who would come and attend. Poland the majority is Catholic, and I love that a lot of people there have this desire to be close to God and to know Him, and there's also, you see a lot of people who are just confused about what they believe, trying to figure things out. People who have questions that just can't seem to find answers to what they're searching for, which I loved finding those people, because it meant that they had this craving or this desire to learn or to know, and they were thinking about things deeply. So the number one thing, if I were to go back from the beginning and redo my mission, would be from that very start to not be afraid to talk to everyone. I think I progressed in that in my mission because it was something I really wanted to do. I wanted to be a missionary who talked to everyone. But those first couple months, I still was kind of scared about, this is a completely different language, and sometimes people weren't super nice back. And I think later on in my mission, I learned to just move on quicker and to not let that bother me, to just get right back up again and start talking to the next person. So that would be honestly my number one advice that I would share with any missionaries, to just don't be afraid to talk to anyone, no matter what language it's in. You'll learn it faster if you do it that way as well. And talk with people, find out about them and their lives. I always thought it was interesting in Preach My Gospel that it says talk with everyone and not like preach to everyone, because to me that means to really discover what is in people's hearts, ask them questions to find out where they're at in their lives, and I just found, like, if Heavenly Father knows that I'm going to talk to the people on my path, I found that He put more and more people who were being prepared to receive the gospel in my path that way. In Poland, tradition is huge. Like, it's basically, to be Polish is, in a sense, to be Catholic. And so I found that members of the church are so faithful and super courageous because they're kind of breaking that tradition and really, acting on what they feel is from God, answering them and being baptized into the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints. And so to help people, I found that it was really important to help people recognize the importance of listening to God more than family tradition. And I think it's different for every person. Just asking questions opens their hearts and minds to figure that out for themselves, that, what do I really want out of life? Is it to continue on in what my family has always known and been, or is it to discover for myself what Heavenly Father would have me do? So I actually only served in 2 cities on my mission. I was trained in Poznań, and then I spent the rest of my mission in Warsaw in the first branch, which I loved because I got to know the people there so well, and I feel like I was able to connect with them and make these deep relationships.